Shohei Ohtani in his first season with the Dodgers won his third MVP, a World Series, Silver Slugger, Hank Aaron Award, broke the Dodgers' all-time home run record, led the National League in home runs with 54, and of course became the first ever player to have a 50-50 season. But what makes this even crazier is this wasn't even his full potential as an athlete. I think with Dodger fans never seeing Shohei pitch, because he's with the Angels obviously, and watching him have a historic offensive season as a Dodger, I think has caused a lot of fans to genuinely forget that this guy also pitches at an ace level. But those who have not forgotten have immediately put Shohei, written his name at the top of the Dodgers rotation, and are just expecting greatness. But it may not be that simple, considering he'll be coming off his second major arm surgery. And this is something serious, especially the way that affected Walker Buehler this past season. And it's not something that Dodger fans should really take lightly. In fact, Shohei isn't even expected to start the season as a pitcher. But for those of you who never really saw Shohei as a pitcher, I want to answer the question, how good is he as a pitcher? We all know how good he is on offense, but what is his potential? What has he been so far in his career as a pitcher? Well, the interesting thing behind this is, as a prospect, Ohtani was looked at as a pitcher more so than a hitter. As we all know, the scouts always felt that he had to pick one, and if he had to choose one, I think all scouts would have said that he had more upside as a pitcher. Now, obviously, this may not be true anymore, considering he had one of the best offensive seasons we've ever seen, but that's not to say that Ohtani has not panned out as a pitcher. In 86 starts through his big league career, he's posted a 3.01 ERA, a 1.082 whip, 3.31 FIP, and a shocking 11.4 K per 9, which is unbelievable. And just for reference, I'll compare him to former Cy Young winner Garrett Cole. In his last 83 starts, he's posted a 3.12 ERA, 1.022 whip, 3.38 FIP, and a 10.3 K per 9. So Shohei's career numbers are slightly better than Garrett Cole in his past 3 seasons, while he can also hit 50 home runs and swipe 50 bags. And I get it, he is an incredible offensive player, but I think people forget that he might be just as good as a pitcher. In fact, in 2022, he had a better year pitching than hitting, as he finished 4th in Cy Young voting that year. So in that 3-year span of 2021, 2022, and 2023, he really showed consistency as a strikeout artist, and even peaked at a Cy Young contender as he finished 4th in that year. And so now that I've told you about his numbers, now I want to get into his stuff. And he is a 6-pitch pitcher with a sweeper, a fastball obviously, a cutter, a split finger, a sinker, and he will mix in a curve every now and then. And as you can see, this is a strikeout pitcher, similar to Glasnow, similar to Snell, with an electric fastball that sits high 90s and off speed with crazy movement on his sweeper and his splitter. And this is the kind of stuff, the kind of arsenal that plays on the biggest stage in October in the World Series. But because the Angels, of course, can never get there, we haven't actually seen it. So I want to show you his iconic performance from the WBC, because that's the closest things we've gotten to a playoffs, where of course he faced his former teammate Mike Trout in really what's an iconic sports moment. So I want to break it down for you and show how hard it is to hit against him. So the setting, it's obviously the top of the 9th. They're 1 out away from winning it all, but they're only up 1 run, and Shohei's got to go through his teammate and maybe the best hitter of our generation in Mike Trout. And let's see how this sequence plays out. He starts him off with a sweeper, so he's behind 1-0. Comes back with a fastball at 100 right by Mike Trout, evens it up. Then he falls behind just off the plate, so it's 2-1, and Mike Trout's ahead, which is dangerous. But he still just blows 100 right by him, and this is so impressive because, like I said, Mike Trout's one of the best hitters of our generation, and it's 2-1, so he knows a fastball's coming, and he throws it down the middle and still blows it by him at 100. I mean, that is superhuman from Shohei Ohtani. So now it's even at 2-2. Let's see what he does, and he's gonna yank this one at 102. But it brings it to a full count, and Ohtani, he can do anything here. And he decides to break off a slider, and that is just an unbelievable sequence against the best hitter of our generation. He fills up the zone with 100 after 100 after 100. Then when it gets to a full count, Mike Trout's got to be geared up for 100. He breaks off a perfectly executed sweeper at 92 miles per hour. I mean, that's unbelievable to close out the WBC. So that's the kind of electric stuff that Shohei Ohtani really has. And the stats speak for themselves, the velocity, the movement, the accuracy, they all speak for themselves. If this dude is 100% healthy, he is one of the 10 to 15 best starting pitchers in baseball, at least. But as we all know, that's the big question. Is he healthy? And quite frankly, I can't answer that. And no one in the world can answer that except him. But what I will say is that if there's ever a man to believe in, to do the unthinkable, it's Shohei Ohtani. But if you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for more Shohei Ohtani and Dodgers content all year long. The season is almost here, and me and my brother Ryan will have weekly podcasts, and I'll be bringing you guys breakdowns every week or so. So make sure to subscribe if you're new. Thank you all so much for watching, and go Dodgers.